Hey guys, this is a Casablanca Bel Air. You might have seen it in my video of one of the restores that I visited. I wasn't sure what control type it uses, but in fact it is an Intellitouch fan. And we're going to test it with this W-32 that I have here from, I think it comes off one of the 19th centuries. I'm not sure, it was in my box downstairs. Just for the sake of interest, I'm going to turn my, my just straight power switch to high. Nope, draws nothing. Oh, am I plugged in? Yeah, I'm plugged in. Okay, Intellitouch switch on high. Oh, I've got the amp meter bypass. That's why we're off. Amp meter, high. Yeah, so just a straight power switch. It draws 0.07. That's just the board in the fan doing some talking. Turn that off. Turn this power switch on. Also 0.07. Let's try light. I don't know if you can tell, both the uplight and the downlight are on. Do we have some out bulbs in the uplight? Looks like we do.
Yeah, I would say so.
I wonder, do I have any candelabra-based bulbs downstairs?
Here's one here.
Oh, okay. Well, let's change that. I wanted to test it for the first time on camera.
These look, are they candelabra base? These look
Oh,
like
no, those aren't
normal base. They're just candelabra style.
Yeah, I had some here at one point, but I don't know what I did with them. I think I used them in the Emerson Premiums with the uplights, and they probably are still with the Premiums. Oh well, we'll continue to go to light. It's 1.19 amps with how many working? Up top, 2. Looks like two bulbs are on up top, 1 is out.
Yep.
That halogen downlight is very bright.
It is.
How do you get it to dim? Oh wow, if I hold it down, I just get the bottom light. And then that gets brighter. So how do I get just the uplight? And then the second time around is just the uplight.
And it brightens and dims.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then the third is both. That's pretty cool. So let me see if I remember how to do a demo mode. Fan, light, fan, light, fan. No.
Didn't like that.
No. That flywheel's not on there straight.
Yeah, it's wobbling. It's doing this.
I wonder if it's the flywheel or if it's that, if it's the little thing that mounts to the flywheel. Either way, it's an easy fix, but a lot of screws have to come out for that to be fixed. Okay. Fan, light, fan, light, fan. No, still no test mode. Fan, light, fan, light, fan. Nope. Fan, light, fan.
That should be it.
Yeah, but I found that it's really picky. Like I always have to go through this type of, you know.
You have to have the. Okay, this is number 3.
It's over there. It's on that pile. On top of those amplifiers. The metal rack with the tools and stuff. Fan. Light. Fan. Light. Fan. Still nothing.
Light binder, safe exit.
Fan. Light. Fan. Light. Fan. Nothing.
Okay, turn power off for at least 10 seconds.
That's what I forgot to do. I completely forgot you gotta start with power off. And I've even said that in my previous videos that you gotta start with power off. That squeaking is bothering me a little bit though. Do me a favor, hold my camera for a second. I'm gonna see if I can just line this up.
Okay.
I'm just gonna see if I can just like get it into place by doing that. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it's going to listen to me. Okay. Let's try again though. Power's off.
Now hit power on and then do it.
Fan, light, fan, light, fan. There we go. That's what it needed. Light. Starts with both. I've actually always wanted a Bel Air, but I don't have a place to put one.
Yeah, you can see how that ring is
Yeah.
not.
I think it's the flywheel itself.
Flywheel's bent.
Yeah, probably from sitting on the flywheel,
Yeah. I
so
would.
to speak.
I'd buy that.
Yeah, you can straighten them out or you can just replace it.
Now we're in reverse. I'm guessing that hum probably has to do with our flywheel issue.
Yes. So demo mode isn't going to show the uplight and downlight separately. See what it does this time. Nope, still doesn't together. Okay, power off. Power on. We already showed the light. There's everything. Just the bottom is 0.93 amps. Just the top is 0.32 amps. And again, that's only 2 of 3 lamps. So multiply that by what? 3 over 2 to is that right? Is that proper math?
Well, you've got 2/3 of what
Yeah.
your draw would normally be.
So multiplying by 3 over 2 should give you. Okay. Low. 0.26. These are 54 inch, aren't they? They're not a 52 inch fan.
I won't know, but I could, looking at it, I could see that.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide if I like the Halo as much as the regular Bel Air. That the uplight does make it a huge housing. 2.33. Ironically, you want to know appearance-wise what my favorite fan is of this style?
Sure.
The Hampton Bay St. Regis. You know what those look like?
No.
I love the way they look. They're an incredibly poor quality fan. I would still own one. I got one for like $20 or something. Speed 3 is 0.42. Speed 4 is 0.59. Speed 5 is 0.72.
Squeak, squeak, squeak. I'm guessing. It seems a little slow, too.
It could be rubbing a little bit, yeah. Is this speed 6? I can't remember now.
I think you're on speed 5 unless you changed it.
No, I changed it. That's 6.89.
Okay, so that is 6.
Yeah. That could also be bearing noise, honestly. And given how much use this has clearly had, it's clearly, with all the dust in there, it's clearly not been a fan that just sat. So the bearings, it would be a little bit more uninterrupted.
Okay, that's pretty neat. Pretty neat view from up here. Alright, I'm good.
Sit down. Yeah, it's definitely not bearings. That's definitely a rubbing. spin down.
Yeah.
While I'm waiting on spin down, I will.
Revoice.
0.26. 0.43. Can't believe I forgot to power off the IT control before doing the test mode. Oops, that wasn't what I intended to do. 0.73. You hear the glass vibrating too.
I'd be surprised if that ring was rubbing on it a little bit too.
Yeah. Moving the blender fan. Something else moved the blender fan recently and I was surprised. I can't remember what it was. Might have been the hotel original. I think a couple things moved the blender fan recently.
Yeah, and again, that's clearly just a kind of a happenstance of where the fan is located based on the downrod type we have.
In a lot of cases, yes, but there was definitely a case when that wasn't the case. If that, say case again. There was definitely a case when it was not that way. It was a fan that was on a normal length downrod, and I was quite surprised. I was like, why are you doing it? I'm gonna see if I can get it to not rub. Okay, I just used my screwdriver to prop the camera. Smart. See if we can get it to...
Alright, we have eliminated much noise.
Yeah, it now runs beautifully. It doesn't even wobble, which is interesting given that I can still clearly see that the flywheel is...
The flywheel does, but the blades don't.
Right. I guess that's quality for you.
Found its equilibrium in there somewhere.
Yeah. We'll let it spin down with uninhibited. I'm dumb. I'm like, where's my phone? I'm going to check my text messages. Wasn't that smart of me? Actually looks good at that angle. It's awfully close, so you can't see the blade tips, but I might, if I move the ladder back, then... I can't remember if I mentioned it already in the video.
You know what? We didn't put the actual light back in.
I did. I know. I deliberately didn't do that because I would have had to cut the power. And we can. Do you care?
Oh, no, not really.
Okay. If you care, we can. But
I was just wondering if that might be one step that's...
I didn't see how that thing doesn't reach all the way to the edges. You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, here, I can show you. Trying not to impede the spin down. The light only goes to here.
Okay. Yeah.
That doesn't come anywhere near.
Yeah, I guess I can't see anything.
You can definitely see the marks where the flywheel was rubbing on the light.
Yes.
You can also see the marks where the water is running from when I cleaned out the light. But that will dry.
Okay.
It was very dirty at first. Yeah, spin down seems longer, doesn't it? Or is that my imagination?
Yeah, well, I didn't even start recording it from maximum.
My video is at what now? 24 minutes. Okay. So, low. 0.26. This has got an XLP motor in it, which is the Casablanca made K55 after they stopped buying them from Emerson. Pretty sure it's the same factory that makes them, just they're not going through the middleman anymore. They waited for their contract with Emerson to be up. 0.33. The current draws should be the same. 0.43.
It is a nice fan.
It is.
Kind of reminds me of the Whisper Wind a little bit. It's kind of from that. Yeah, the Whisper Wind is a little more plainer, I guess, but
It almost,
similar-
it almost seems like the Whisper Wind might have been Hunter's answer to these. Because keep in mind, the original version of this didn't have that uplight.
Mm.
You know, the motor basically stopped at that braid. I can't remember if there was anything else above it. There's there used to be, I don't know if it's still there, there was a clothing store on Monroe Street that had a whole bunch of these without the uplight.
Cool.
0.72. .9. If anything, it's drawing more current because it dropped to 0.89 before. Now it's not doing that anymore. Now it's holding solid at 0.9.
Okay.
See if I doubt the airflow is going to be noticeably different, but I'll check anyways. Did I have a no? Well, now that it's fixed, I definitely need to do a. Oh wait, I didn't mean to reverse it. Oh well, I guess we'll see it in reverse.
Can you do a 0 to high on these? Or?
That's what I was about to do.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure you could do that on
Yeah,
IntelliTouch.
that's reverse. I stopped it just as the blender fan started to spin. I'm not sure if it's visible on the camera though. Let's see. I can't see it, but I've also got like buttons blocking part of the screen.
Sure.
So, do we need to let it spin down in reverse?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
So
Reverse.
how do you do a 0 to high on an IntelliTouch? You just set it to speed 6 and then turn the master.
No, when you turn the master off, and back on again, it doesn't. Nothing comes on.
Right.
But I hit it set the speed. Speed 6 was the last speed that was used, and I hit fan to turn it off. I'm just gonna hit fan to turn it back on high.
Oh, so that does work.
Yeah. Goes up to 0.91 and it'll drop to 0.9. But I don't want it in reverse though. Hold on.
IntelliTouch fans are very musical.
They really are. I've often toyed with swapping the 4 seasons in my kitchen for a NASA with IntelliTouch. Which I think NASA is 3 speeds, so it might just be a 5-blade 4 seasons. But my wife already is bothered enough by any fan that doesn't just have a pull chain, so I think an IntelliTouch control would probably fry her brain. Which is interesting because she's much better at technology than I am. Like, televisions, DVDs, computers, all that kind of stuff, like, she's way... No, she knows way more about hooking up the HDMI this to the router, reset your router, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She's much better at that than I am, but when I'm like, okay, well this fan has a variable speed control, she's like, nope, not touching it. And then with the light disconnected, we just have the uplight.
Yes. I like uplights.
I do, actually. I like the light that they give in addition to the appearance in the fan.